Interesting question. Because I was brought up on a legend. I remember as a kid during the long, harsh winters when there was nothing to do, Mom would let us look through old scrapbooks. There it was in black and white, the history of my dad's amazing accomplishments on the football field, and the place it captured in the local newspapers. Whole scrapbooks filled with article after articles about how he won the day for Lancaster's football, baseball, and track teams. Dad worked for Metropolitan Insurance Company and worked long hours. He left early in the morning and came home late at night. Mom managed the household with 10 kids and did the washing, the cleaning, and the cooking, in addition to trying in vain to also discipline us. The interaction between 11 individuals in one house sometimes got out of control, and we would be threatened with, "Wait till your father gets home." It was at that point that we knew we were in trouble. Whoever was the cause of trouble was going to get a whipping. Dad's whipping were also part of his legend. Thinking back on it now, I realized that the real punishment was in the threat and the anticipation of what was to come. Dad would, in one sweeping movement, whip off his belt and, holding us by the arm, allow us to run around him in a circle as he laid some good healthy whacks on our backside. I always thought afterwards, whew, that wasn't so bad, feeling that I had dodged certain death. The passing of days is the ultimate challenge of youth. I described a bit of that above. There was also the picnics and holidays and Sundays. Dad's presence there was in loud proportion to his quiet and loving identity. It was weird, but I've always thought when I entered a room where Dad was, I could feel that he loved me without a word being spoken. On Sundays, he marched all of us off to church. And when we got there, we walked down the center aisle of the church and sat in the front pews. There was always a built-in shyness in the dominantly Polish parish of Sacred Heart Church. We were, for all I knew, the only Irish family in the whole parish. We were always active members of the church, but when Father Milton became the parish priest, that connection was increased even more. Dad's role in the community, while always powerful and visible as the local justice of the peace, became even more perceptible as he helped organize church activities, including the yearly church picnic. These church picnics were, in my imagination, the closest thing to a medieval festival, and to be recognized and identified as Dad's son in that community, I think really helped create my identity. It was in those relationships where I remember Dad speaking at public events and parlaying his deep connections in the surrounding community to the advantage of the church. Dad was truly a salesman. I watched from my vantage point as his child and enjoyed a certain entitlement that was due to his reputation. It didn't hurt that there was also 10 of us, and Mom and Dad kept us well dressed, well fed, and it taught us to be respectful of others, no matter their station in life. We all garnered certain benefits from this arrangement, like getting the job of digging graves for the church when someone in the parish died. This job was passed down to all the boys in the family as we grew into the ability to do the job. Dad beamed with approval as we grew capable of physically being able to accomplish this task. It was in hundreds of interactions in the community like this where Dad was the invisible hand behind the scene, and I only understood this after years. It's true that the groundwork for trust and love was paved for me regarding my dad, but each and every day I had him as my compass. He verified and reified those feelings. There is no way to describe how he invisibly reached into my heart and gave me what he did. I still reach into my own heart to find his counsel and guidance there. I was very lucky to have him as my dad.